Hi, my name is Amy Forrest, and I'm here to give you an overview of modules here at RSCL. A module is just another word for a class. So we've got classes on healthy cooking, literacy, photography, math and money, art, all sorts of different subjects. What we're trying to do is create the content for all of these classes so that as staff you'll be able to go into your program, go and grab a binder, go head out and teach a class, and it'll be that simple. Here's a look at one of the binders. This is a literacy binder. You'll find all of these binders located at your program and they'll all be labeled. On the front of the binder you will find a calendar which has a weekly lesson on it. So if you're a staff who's filling in for someone who's off sick, you'll be able to flip to the front, look at the week, look at the lesson plan, and then flip to the appropriate section in the binder. So this is an example of a module. This is a literacy module. The first couple pages of every module includes teacher guide and expectations. So this includes the format for how each weekly lesson plan is laid out. It includes instructor expectations, so what we expect from you as an instructor. So things like preparing yourself in advance, so really looking and reading each module in advance or each lesson plan in advance so that you know what's needed for that week, if you need to do some prep beforehand or if you need to make sure that you have a computer and Wi-Fi, so that sort of thing. Also encouraging discussion and how to really facilitate, just some tips on how to facilitate, and also includes expectation of additional staff. So if you're not the teacher but you are attending the module, just what we expect from you. And then after that is the overview for the actual module. So what the content is, what you will be learning, and resources, etc. And after that is the weekly lesson plan. So that includes things like the purpose statement, how long it will be to teach, instructor notes. So again, things that you need to know in advance. It also will include all the content needed for that week, tips on starting out with an icebreaker or a check-in activity or something, or a game. There's different games you can play, just something at the start of each class to kind of get people in the zone, bring people together, help people be comfortable with each other, and also will let you as a facilitator kind of get a read for how everyone is feeling that day, which can be useful. And next is the actual module content material. So this one is a astronomy module, so it's all information about planets and stars and our solar system. And this is a literacy module, so each section has a large amount of reading and reading comprehension and discussion questions. And there's also room in there for special outings. So for instance, going to the planetarium or an observatory or something that would fit in with what the actual module is. So those are some ideas for an astronomy module, but there's definitely space in all of the modules to brainstorm educational outings or cool trips that are around the theme of the module. Then going back to the front of the binder, behind the calendar, you're going to have a section for documentation. So this section will just includes a spot for everyone's name, for the module title, for the date, what was worked on, and what will be worked on next time, and includes just an area for staff initials. So this is meant to make things easy to follow for staff who's filling in or just for tracking purposes. So say you have Billy, and Billy really wants to write down a vocabulary word every week in his binder. So in this section you would just write down what Billy wants to do, what he wants to continue doing, and then maybe that would change in the future, but it's just a way to communicate from one staff to the next, from one week to the next, what each person is focusing on and what they want to focus on. And then this is also a really good thing to come back to for key workers when you're doing progress notes. If the subject pertains to a goal, then you can look back and actually see what was done rather than trying to piece it together. So this And this just, yeah, is a great tool. It'll also be helpful doing the annual summaries. You'll be able to look back and communicate to families and caregivers what was actually being learned in each module. So it just kind of gives a bit more information about what we're doing here at RSEL and what sort of things we're teaching. And lastly, I'll just add that these modules are by no means exhaustive. So if you know that there's a subject that your group wants to learn about that we haven't created a module for yet, then by all means, please talk to your program supervisor and have at her, because we would love to expand to this collection. So thank you and have fun. Bye. Nope, I don't like that one.